Good morning, everyone. It's Penelope. We have a lot to talk about today because I didn't talk the past 2 days. Well, I showed you my chickens this morning. Did you see the blue egg? Ah! One of my girlfriends called me. She says, "You set that up." I was like, "No, I didn't. I did not know there was going to be a blue egg in there because I always assumed that they would lay a fairy egg the first time. And I got a fairy egg the other day, and I couldn't understand why she laid another fairy egg. But apparently, someone else is laying eggs now. The blue eggs. But the fairy egg wasn't blue. So I'm confused. But anyway, I got another chicken laying. How exciting. 9 to go. Okay. And I know it's not one of my Brahmas because it's a blue egg and that's an Americana. I think it's honey. I think it's honey. Or it could be dove. But I think it's honey. Okay, so what I'm going to go through first is I'm going to go through Stocktober. Now I'm averaging about $100 a week for October for stock ups. Now here's my receipts from last week. I spent about $103 and I got a lot of product, which was awesome. That allowed me one more pine shavings. It allowed me some scratch feed. I got some spices at Rural King. I'm telling you, if you have a Rural King around you and you need to just stock up your pantry on spices and herbs, go to Rural King first. They're 89 cents a container. And the way I looked at it and the prices, that's the best price I can find. So, I also went to Aldi. I got some more vegetables. I got some baking powder, baking soda, baking cocoa. And they charged me twice for my spaghetti squash. So I'm going to go in this weekend when I go into Aldi because there's a few other things I want to get there and see if they can maybe do something about that. Because I only bought one, but it says one was 264 and one was 263. But there was only one, but it weighed twice. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, like I said, Rural King, best place in the world to get your spices, your canning needs, vinegar. I did get a jug of vinegar too, but I don't know where it's at. I have no idea where my jug of vinegar is. If I left it, I don't know. I can't find it. I just don't know where the vinegar is. Um, but I got the wood shavings. I got some scratch feed. So I got some scratch feed for them. I went to Kroger. Now I think you saw my JC haul, but you didn't see my Kroger haul. I did get some cat food and dog food. The cat treats were like 39 cents a pack, which was awesome. I got some turnip greens because they do not like the collard greens. I did some more canned chili hot beans were still 50 cents a can. Grabbed some more of those. Their diced tomatoes were 50 cents a can. I grabbed some of those. I went ahead and got 2 boxes of the Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats. Got them for 98 cents a box, so I got 2 of those. I got some tortillas because I had a really good coupon for that. Made them, I don't know, like a quarter a piece, which was pretty cool. I did not buy candy yet. I'm going to buy some candy here probably this week and add that to my stock up just because. So, but you saw my JC haul, and then I went to Kroger, I went to Aldi, and I went to Rural King. And I spent about $103 this week. And that's all I've spent on my stock up this week and groceries. Because I told you, we weren't going to spend any money on groceries. We're just doing stock up. Okay, so November, what I'm going to do is look at clothing for me. You saw that I bought a bunch of tops at Dollar General on their clearance. And that is my tops. Now I need bottoms. I need jeans really, really bad. I need pants to wear to work. So I'm going to start buying some clothing. And probably Black Friday, I will go and try to find some really good deals on some pants and shoes. I need shoes. So those are some things I need. And November is Needvember. Needvember. So remember, Stocktober, Needvember. And then we're going to stop spending altogether. Yeah, we're going to look at our debt. We're going to look at everything that we've paid off. We're going to look at everything. And December is where we decide how the next year is going to be financially. So we got a lot coming up. I'm also working in my garden right now. I still have tomatoes blooming. I have green tomatoes, red tomatoes. I still have peppers out there I need to get. I got one cantaloupe that I'm waiting for it to ripen. Um, what else do I have? I still have cucumbers out here. So this weekend I am going to brine some tomatoes. I've seen a few people do this, and I bought some pink Himalayan salt, and I thought that would be perfect to brine some tomatoes because I love making my pasta salads. And, I can use diced canned tomatoes or use other things or buy tomatoes. Are you kidding me? No way. But I'm going to brine some tomatoes to use in my pasta salads to take to work. My pasta salads are kind of famous at my job. I always take that as a side dish when we do the feasting or pitch in or something, and everybody just loves my pasta salads. So I'm going to brine some of the left red tomatoes for that. I think that's all on this list I needed to talk about. Okay, so let's go to the binder. Now, as you know, I've got the binder, and we did pages 1 through 5. And page 5, well, first of all, page 4 was your inventory. What you need, and you go through. And then page number 5, where the heck is it? Page 5, la 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 la. My fingers aren't working. They got frozen early this morning outside the garden. Is your everyday need list and your preps. So page number 5 was this. So we're going to go on to page number 6. Now page number 6 would be your long-term pantry needs. I can't hardly see. Okay. These are your long-term pantry needs. And what I consider my long-term pantry needs is honey. And you want to get some honey from your area, local honey, and you want to get it in its raw or close to raw state. You don't want to buy that crap that's not honey. You don't want to buy a lot of processed honey because it really does you no good. And the natural pure honey will last forever. They found it in the Egypt tombs, for goodness sakes. Real maple syrup. It's quite expensive, but if you find a good deal on it, something you want to put in your long-term stockpile. Sugar, salt, and vinegar. Very important to have all 3 of those because those things can help you with other things. Sugar and salt and vinegar are all preservatives. So you can do canning, you can do preserving, you can salt down meat, you can brine things. Very important. Long grain white rice, I think, is an absolute must for a longer term pantry. Dried beans, all of them, any kind, anything you find, I think that's very important. Wheat, whole wheat. I think it's very important to have whole wheat on hand, not only because you want to make bread or you want to make a flour, but you can also plant it and you can have your wheat growing if you need to. The one thing with the wheat, though, is you're going to have a hand grinder. So that's something you would need if you have that. Pasta. Dry pasta is very important. Dehydrated potatoes, very important. It doesn't matter what kind of dehydrated potatoes. Even if you just get the Betty Crocker packs or you get instant potato flakes or dehydrated potato buds, whatever. Very important to have that. Dried milk is also very important. Yes, you can get evaporated milk in a can, but dried milk is going to last a little bit longer, and if you store it correctly, it will last you forever. First aid, medical, and tools and equipment. I am going to talk about tools and equipment a little later in a next page, another page. Now, page 7 that you want in your binder would be recipes. Would be absolute recipes. Cooking over a stove. Fry breads is probably one of the most important recipes that you can have. It's flour, salt, a little bit of oil, and water, and that's all it is. And you make it in your skillet on an open fire. It's fantastic. It's kind of like the naan bread, or an Indian fry bread is what it is. And you want to do some stockpile meal planning. And what I mean for that is if you have a can of chunky soup and you have rice or or you have pasta and you put that together and put another can of vegetables in there, that's a pretty hearty meal and it will feed several people. So those are the kind of things you want to look at. Do I have enough to feed my whole family? How do I incorporate these different cans to make a huge meal for a group of people? That's something you want to consider, because if things go bad and you have people in your home, or you have people that are going to come and stay with you, you're going to want to feed them, and you're going to want to feed them a really hearty meal. This is also why it's good to have oatmeal on hand. That's a great breakfast food. It's easy. You can store it in buckets. And that's something I'm also going to talk about with the tools and equipment, would be buckets, Mylar bag, and how you do that. But page number 7 is your recipes and your stockpile meal plans. It's very important. Look up some different recipes on how to cook on an open fire. Now, here's something that I think is very important on page 8. Okay. Page 8 is water sources in your area. You want to know where there are streams, ponds, wells, and if you have a river, you're going to want to know where it's easiest to get access to the water. Now, obviously, with water sources, you're going to have purification. You're going to have the equipment and tools to purify your water as well as carry it. So that will also come into the tools and equipment. And you also want to know your food sources down here. Food sources. You want to know where every apple tree is, every pawpaw tree is, where the blackberry bushes are, the mulberry trees. You want to know where everything is in your area. So that way, if things go bad, you know where to get those things. Or next year, when they come in season, you'll know where to go pick them so you can can them and dehydrate them, or whatever you do with your fruits and vegetables. Oh my goodness, this cat is killing me today. He's so needy. But anyway, just some ideas to put into your binder. Your binder should start filling up in no time. And so I've left this one open. This one is tools and equipment. I will go into detail about the tools and equipment because I really want people to get what they need. But you know what? When you're out shopping, grab a can opener, not an electric one. Always grab a can opener. Try to get decent ones because if you only open 4 or 5 cans and it breaks, guess what? You're out of luck. So you want some can openers. That's my first hint on the tools and equipment that you're going to need in an SHTF situation. But just focus now on long-term pantry needs as well as your everyday use needs. So you're going to want to incorporate that into your binder. Your binder will fill up. The binder I already have, and I have it stored upstairs. I've already went through it. It was my pre-binder. This here is going to be my secondary binder, and I'm going to go upstairs and take some of the stuff out and put it in here, and it will fill up. There'll be notes, and you can do inspirational things in here. You can do your canning stuff in here, how to can on an open fire, all kinds of things to put in your binder. Did I have anything else? I don't think so. So that's about it. It wasn't that bad, was it? And I'm looking forward to getting my prize that I got from Prepper Potpourri. She is an awesome lady, full of information. And this morning I watched her Stocktober one, and I was like, she's talking about Stocktober. But this is Stocktober, and then next month will be Needvember. Needvember. Because there are things that we need that aren't just for our stock. And like clothing is a big thing for me, because I need pants bad, and underpants. I need them bad. Maybe some brassieres. I think I need, do people say brassieres anymore? I don't know. But you all have a great day. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I will probably do a little more in depth on the Kroger ad, because I'm going to do a walkthrough maybe tomorrow morning at JC. It's not Kroger, but it will give me an idea of what's on the Buy 5, Save 5. I love them. They're my favorite event. You all have a great day, and don't forget, be prepared. Bye.